Hello once again, audience, and welcome to yet another episode of the Guild of Adventurers. My name is Isaac Gutierrez, and I'll be your DM today. And with me, as always, is Marcus, is Sylros Vicfyr, and today is yet another backstory, so it'll just be a one-on-one. And we welcome you to DarkVision is 2020, Episode 2. Enjoy. As you're all on the line, Keaton speaks up. Hey, Sylros. I don't think we can take on all those people. Do you or Trace or Aztec have any magic that you guys can use to maybe lure a few over here? If we can take out one or two before the battle even begins, it will give us a lot more of an advantage. He gestures upwards, and you see that there are a few stalactites, particularly grouped up in towards the center of this area.
Really?
Yeah.
I can do either, I can do either a chaos bolt or a firebolt.
Yes. You can use that to bring them down, but we need some kind of distraction to get them over there, and I'd rather not have one of us be bait, as if that falls, that could hurt us.
Okay, wait, let me think. Okay, you said that the stone that is now in my staff, you said that I could do make like a rainbow?
Yes.
Something?
When you cast a light spell on the gem, you project forth, almost like an actual, real life projector, a 5-foot cube of a rainbow. It's like a pattern on the floor.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, and I tell them I can do something with this new stone that we found. Hopefully it would draw their attention to the area, and I will say to Aztec, do you have anything you can hit with to make them come down?
Yes. I shall make Mother Nature's wonderful vines rip them apart from the roof.
Very well. Now, let's do this. And I said, on my count.
All right.
I'm going to cast light and project a rainbow, right under it.
All right. So, at first, it seems like no one is paying attention, as they seem to be all talking. But then, one of them nudges the other, and you see they point towards the middle. And this vibrant, glowing rainbow in the middle catches all their attention. I'll say, the one that pointed gets up and drags the other one along with. The others stay at the encampment, kind of watching from a distance, as these two approach the pattern. And then in that moment, as they get under, Aztec waves his hand and saying a prayer to Mother Earth and Mother Nature. You see vines start breaking through and roots break through from the top of it, moving and shaking the stalactites as many fall and crush the drow. I would say the two of them are instantly just dead, as one of them impales directly down his throat. You see it skewers down and comes out his ass. And in a very, real gory way, he's just immediately dead, as you see all his organs are just liquefied. The other one takes one right through the head, and just, you see this a moment of him standing about, whoa. His death doesn't immediately set on him. And then he just falls forward. Immediately, panicking, another drow does exit the tent. You do see that now there are 3 drow, and then the female drow. And they appear to be gathering their weapons and getting ready. They still have not noticed you, though. What would you like to do? Keaton appears to be getting his bow ready.
How far away are they from me?
I was like 90 feet.
Okay, I can't do that. I was going to do it both weather, and I was going to do just a small sleep storm. I was going to give them, but okay, well, since they're 90 feet away. And wait, who's getting their bow ready?
Keaton. He's put his long sword away and has brought out his longbow.
And I'm gonna say, you guys, on my count, we're gonna all fire at the same time.
Hi.
So if you got a long spell or anything, let's do this.
Aztec brings out a sling. He pops in a rock, and Trace brings out a small short bow.
1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna cast Fireball.
Alright, go ahead and roll your attack. As everybody, a volley comes out and attacks the encampment. Yes, you all hit as several bolts and of both fire and actual like wooden bolts and arrows start lining up the area. You see a few of them raise up their shields trying to block, but not knowing which direction that it's coming from, just get pelted in the head or in the shoulder or on the leg. You see they're a little bit panicky, but now they've started to kind of figure out where you're from. And go ahead and roll me initiative. Oh, and also your damage if you like.
A full damage 10.
Ooh, look at you. The one you hit is he looks to be a little hurt already, as both you and Keaton both landed max damage on him.
All right, 15.
15, nice. Okay. Let me pull out the monster manual real quick because I need the actual drow statistics.
Luckily, I still have mage on.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be pretty hard. 8 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time, thankfully.
19. Wow.
Okay. We're gonna start with the drow. They immediately, the four with shields and swords appear to make a bit of a phalanx. This is a maneuver done by ancient Romans that kind of basically using all their shields to make a half cover for themselves. Then they start slowly approaching. Behind them, you see the female drow. The female drow is walking behind them, and she seems to be chanting something as they get closer. They spend their entire movement slowly crossing the field like this, as darkness fills the battlefield. The entire 90-foot center is filled with an unnatural darkness. And other than that, maybe 30 feet from you now, the four drow, before the darkness fully encompassed the area, you can see that the four drow making the phalanx are about 30 feet in front of you, and the priestess seems to be about 60 feet in front of you, but behind the phalanx by 30 feet. Other than that, it will be Keaton's turn, because Keaton apparently rolls high as hell when I roll for him.
He's fucking good. He's good.
He is. I don't know what is with the dice, but whenever I roll for Keaton specifically, I've already gotten like 4 nat 20s for him. Like it's crazy.
That's my king.
He fires a few pot shots within to the crowd. Not really sure where to fire exactly, as you do hear slight movement within the darkness. Maybe they're trying to scatter. And he's just firing. You see, he just throws away accuracy. And that's why I let him do this, because he's not really... He takes a -5 to these shots. But he fires 3 arrows into the darkness, hoping just to randomly hit them. And you hear one drow go, ah! Ugh! As maybe he got hit in the shin or something. Then it will be your turn.
Okay, with blind fighting, does that work with darkness, like with spell darkness, or just literal dark?
It means that as long as you cannot see, that your eyes do not work, 10 feet around you, you see everything. It's like an aura.
Okay, but they're not 10 feet from me, right?
No, they are not. Not currently.
Well, I'm going to do something that's going to mess this up. So I'm going to do evoke weather.
All right. What weather would you like to evoke?
I'm going to I'm going to do sleet.
All right. You raise your hands, and a cloud forms on the roof of this little cavern. Suddenly, a dark, snowy mix starts happening as you feel the ground beneath you start to freeze slightly. You, speaking Undercommon, you do hear a few of them cuss as, in surprise and shock, as many of them have not seen snow.
Yeah. So, let's see, it's 10 feet. How wide is this?
Basically, it's a 10 feet thing about you, so every 5 foot space around Sylros in a circle, he can see.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the
Oh!
Yes, I'm trying to see, but it doesn't say it says from afar it's like a 15-feet cube.
Yeah, I'll say it's just maybe 15 feet. It's just like a small area in the middle.
Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that there, and I am just going to just wait because I don't want to walk in there and get killed.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna wait with them, wait with the rest of the team.
Fair enough. Doing this, Trace seems to try to cast a spell. It's not really one you recognize as he's chanting. And it seems that maybe he's trying to cast out of his actual level range, so I'm going to give him a roll. It appears that he is, maybe as you take a moment to listen, it appears that maybe he's asking his deity to gift him the power of sunlight. It does appear his deity said nah.
No.
Then Aztec, who is an awesome druid.
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder. It's okay.
Not always are we destined to receive gifts from our gods. Sometimes we are the gifts to the gods. But while he's saying that, you see Aztec turns into a bat and disappears into darkness. Actually, no, not a bat. You see him transform into a badger, and he goes into the darkness.
Don't slip off the ice.
You do hear clickety-clack of, like, his little badger paws going over the icy, sleety snow.
Okay.
Then it will be Keaton's turn again. He is still just firing pot shots, but now that Aztec is entered, he's aiming a little bit more. He seems to be listening. You can kind of hear his... Not here. You see his pointed ears shifting and turning ever so slightly like a dog's, as he seems to be trying to listen for them. And as he listens, he appears to have caught one, as he quickly turns his bow and arrow 15 degrees to the left, unleashing it, as suddenly you hear a female voice go, "Ah!" Then it will be the Drow's turn real quick. I forgot to get them first. My bad. Let's see. You hear... I'll say you probably... Oh, wait. Actually, never mind. You don't hear it. I forgot they have proficiency in stealth. You don't hear shit. You just see the darkness for a second, and does a... Does a 23 hit you?
Ha! Yes, it does.
Well, so from the darkness, as you hear the ah, you then go ah, as a crossbow bolt lands into your shoulder, dealing 5 points of damage. And can you make me a con check? As you see, this bolt is covered in green and purple viscous liquid.
Constitution?
Yep.
Okay, this is... Okay, 19.
As you feel the drow poison sink into your body, probably even knowing what it is, it gives you a bit of a benefit as you're able to kind of calm your breath and focus your mind. As the world itself begins to feel fuzzy, and you feel your visions start to fade, you focus and bring yourself back into it, and reality snaps back. Then, you look over and you see Trace also took a bolt to the shoulder, and Keaton has taken 3 bolts to the chest. Then...
This is getting serious.
Make me a dex save.
Okie dokie.
Thank you very much. I'll make it for Keaton and Trace as well. Alright, Keaton fails, Trace passes.
20.
You pass. As webs start sprouting forth from the darkness, Keaton is completely just bugged down. His legs, arms, everything's all sticky and webbed up. You, on the other hand, seeing this, maybe they started with Keaton, so you duck down. Various webbing splatters the wall behind you and all over your cover. Trace, too, he seems to lift up his hammer and kind of, almost like a cotton candy thing, like swing it about and kind of catch the web, make it into almost like a little ball around it. Then it will be your turn. Wait, yeah, your turn.
And I still can't see them just yet?
Nope, the entire area is still filled with darkness. So unless you like to venture in, you would have to. You won't be. You get the feeling they may not be trying to outright bum rush their aggressors.
I'm gonna look all right, you guys. I'm going into the darkness, and I'm just gonna walk slowly to the darkness.
Absolutely. I would say after 20 feet to your right and your left, you suddenly sense as an echolocation, a ping. As you're closing your eyes, listening, suddenly the aura comes off and you see 2 full-height drow on either side of you.
Okay, dokie.
I would say just because of how blindsight works, you do see that they have their crossbows, hand crossbows drawn, and they're reloading it.
Right. And I'm going to firebolt 1.
All right.
Natural 20, 25.
Oh, shit, let me get you your critical hit deck. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, happy birthday to Marcus! It is lingering magic. You do double damage and half damage for the next 1d4 rounds. Your spell lights a flame and lights much of his armor and stuff alight. So for the next, until either he puts it out or it burns out in 3 rounds. So go ahead and roll your damage and double it.
16.
And for the next 3 rounds, he will take 8 damage.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Oh, you just fucked that guy up, my god.
And the other guy, I'm going to wrap him with my staff. I could do that, right? Or is it my dagger?
Your staff is not a light. You have to use your dagger.
Okay, then I'm going to hit him with my dagger.
Sweet. Go ahead and make your roll.
Oh, Lord have mercy. 14.
Let's check. Barely. Ever so barely, that happens to hit the lower guys.
Okay. Okay. 6 damage. Okay.
The other guy, who you now realize is the one that both you and Keaton were just pelting earlier, dies as you stab him thinking he's a healthy other drow. But then you look up and seeing blood already dripping from his mouth, he gives you a pleading look as he slowly falls backwards dead.
I want to go sleep.
And I would say, as you end your turn, you definitely feel the heat as the fire spreads across the guy to your left. He is going to be taking damage for the next 3 turns.
And I'm going to look at him, and my eyes going to turn white. I'm ready to kill.
Oh my god, yeah, he looks terrified. In fact, I'll give you a free intimidation check if you'd like to.
Oh, okay. So what did I roll for intimidation?
It will be your charisma, and if you happen to have proficiency. You have +4 to it.
Yeah. 19.
He looks scared as shit as he's on fire, and he just saw you kill his friend. He looks... In fact, I would say you maybe feel a slight puddle go around your feet.
I'm gonna look down and just smile.
Yeah, it's piss.
Wow, you pushed yourself, Willie.
Mm-hmm. Then you hear badger noises. That's the best I can give you. It's like just random badger noises. An Aztec appears to be losing his absolute shit on the other drow as you hear another one is killed.
Hi guys, we can do this.
Then Trace, you see a bolt of light flash by you, as another bolt, a guiding bolt, you assume, did miss his target. However, it does create a big blast and end up breaking some rocks off the cave wall. And for an ever so slight moment, that same flashbang effect, and in that moment, you see Aztec as a badger just ripping the throat out of one of the drows. Another one, panicky, is like about to swing his sword down on the guy's head, trying to hit Aztec. As the woman, hands over her face, looks panicked as fuck.
Ooh.
And then darkness resets into the area. Then it'll be Keaton's turn. He's gonna try to leave the web. You just hear cussing from Keaton. It sounds like the web's giving him a lot of trouble.
Damn it, Captain. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not my fault they use goddamn webs. And you see, no matter, it looks like he got himself even more stuck. In fact, I rolled a 1 on this. He somehow is now completely prone, as he kept trying to pull himself. And you know those Chinese finger traps where the more you pull, you can't get out?
Oh, God.
And so he just got himself stuck to the floor.
Do I hear him fall?
You just hear him yelling and cussing and being angry.
I just shakes my head like, oh God, we got to get like an earring.
Then the drow, he takes his 8 fire damage. You start smelling cooked elf, and then he's going to pull a short sword and swing at you. That will be 18 to hit.
Miss him, because mage armor.
Hey, misses! Alright, cool. Then he's gonna make his second attack. That one's a little higher. That's an unnatural 20.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. So that first one, maybe he even catches you off guard. You're like, this guy's on fire. He's dead. And suddenly, this flaming short sword comes swinging out of the darkness. And you're like, oh, fuck! But then it hits your mage armor. You're like, ha, fuckhead. And then, so now your cockiness really kicks in. As then suddenly, it sinks in again into your arm. As you take... I rolled minimum. You just take 3 points of damage. Slashing damage.
Wee.
Then you can't really see much. You do hear a badger exclaim in pain, as you do hear lots of stabbing. You also hear that drow that he was possibly on the head of, possibly fall to the ground dead. Maybe it was because of Badger, maybe it's because of his friend, who knows. Then, let's see, priestess. You hear a crackling of what sounds like electricity and lightning. Please make me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
She dared use my power against me.
Mm-hmm. She dares use a lightning bolt.
Okay, first one is 19. You say with disadvantage?
Yes.
Second one is 18. So they'll be 18.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Okay, so I'm gonna half this for you because you pass. So let me roll real quick. Okay, you are going to take 12 points of damage. As even halved, this lightning bolt flies past you, burning up your... Even as you dodge and move. The drow in front of you is just dead. Between the fire and the lightning bolt, he's just dead. You see him frying crisp. And you are shocked as you lean back. And even, like, fully getting out of the way, just the pure aura and blast radius of the lightning catches you, burning up your entire right arm. It stings and burns horribly.
I have 1 hit point left. Oh yeah, guys, I'm not doing too good here.
You should see Badger. Oh, sorry, Aztec, not Badger. And then as you say that, you feel a hand on your shoulder as you hear Tracer whisper into your ear, "Don't worry, amigo. I always got your back." And then you regain 8 hit points as you feel your wounds re-knit together as he waves a cure wounds over your arm.
Thanks, Trace.
Of course. Alright, what would you like to do, Sylros?
Who do I see?
You see no one other than Trace right behind you. You see 2 dead drow in front of you, and you do know about 15 feet to your left is Aztec fighting both the priestess and the last remaining drow.
I'm gonna walk that way.
All right.
Oh.
You immediately see Aztec on the floor unconscious, 2 dead drow, and a single priestess.
I'm gonna look at her with a toothy smile. My eyes are gonna go white again because I'm pissed off. And I'm gonna do chaos, folks.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
22.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Let's see. And she's gonna take lightning damage. I'm gonna throw her right back at her.
Love it.
9. So do I roll?
Oh, yeah. You
the
just
lightning damage?
raise your hand. And now, because of how, I don't know, it's witch about this chaos ball. But either way, you deal a lot of damage, and it slams into her. And you see the lightning spring back and forth around her body as she herself is inflicted with the same issue you just took.
Wait, what's 9 plus 6?
9 plus 6 is 15.
Okay, that's how much she takes. Because I rolled a 1d6
That's right.
for the lightning damage. So she takes 15 full.
All right. She is, very injured. You see, she's holding her side as you just basically punctured her rib cage with lightning. As you see bruising, pure black bruising starts going across her abdomen, and you maybe even heard a crack of a rib. Then Tracer is going. Not Tracer.
I'm gonna do.
Oh yes, your bonus.
Second win to gain more hit points back.
Absolutely.
Plus 1. Okay, so that's 11. I got it. Got the total.
Nice. All right, so a few things happen all at once. I'm just gonna kind of skip over your allies. Not skip over, but go over it real quickly. Your Keaton finally break free in a almost vaguely barbaric rage as you even feel a bit of webbing lightly land on your shoulder as he finally seems to just ripped it off and has completely teared them apart and rushed into the darkness. Trace appears to cast another Cure Wounds on Aztec, and then Aztec's eyes open, and then it will be the drow, the last remaining drow's turn. You are kind of looking at each other. 2 very powerful sorcerers, very powerful beings, and in a moment of panic, at seeing that she's heavily out of she can't take on all of you. But in this moment, you do see on her ear, right before she snaps her finger, and starts turning to mist. You see on her ear is the earring. As she misty steps, and you see, actually you wouldn't see, you would just see her step away. Then let's see. Actually no, that's kind of anticlimactic. That's lame as hell. Yeah, instead she does Evard's black tentacles, and 2 black tentacles come forth from her hands and slam into you. Please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, she won the tumble. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, running away is kind of lame. Let's make her fight you.
19.
All right. So, as these tentacles start wreathing forward, Call of Cthulhu-esque, they start trying to wriggle about and slam against you. You just dodge, weaving and moving side to side. You're only gonna take 2 points of damage, as she just can barely even get you. Maybe the damage is more like a rock that hits your shin.
I yell out to the guy, she's mine.
Then you see that glint of the earring on her ear as she starts backing up towards the other side of the cave, towards the encampment and towards the door. Then it will be your turn. She has moved only 30 feet, kind of towards the encampment. In fact, if you like, you can make an attack of opportunity, as she's not going to disengage. She's just taking a step back.
Oh, I gotta make an attack. Okay. Leave my little die off. 15.
That misses.
Okay.
As you swing, maybe it's the darkness, maybe it's the fact that you're just in the middle of dodging giant black hentai tentacles. But you swing forth, and she's able to quite easily duck underneath, and she's began to walk her way towards the encampment, using the tentacles as a way to try to distract you. She's only like 30 feet from you. You can easily walk over and get back to her. What would you like to do?
Of course, I'm just gonna walk over and get back to her.
All right.
And I'm going to do firebolt at her again.
Sweet. As you're running on up, you don't even fully need to wait until she gets into your line of light. You just raise your hand, knowing which direction she popped to, and fire away.
18.
That hits.
Okie dokie. 5 damage.
Yeah, she definitely seems hurt and ragged even, as you hit her in the leg and she starts limping forward. It appears you might have broken her leg.
I'm gonna stab her with my dagger, man.
Absolutely.
Give me the earring, bitch.
Oh, I love it.
17.
That hits. That hits.
5 damage again.
She looks horrified. When she looks into your pupilless white eyes and sees nothing, I'm not even gonna have you roll. You just intimidate her. Like, she has fear on her. Like, that's how scary you are right now. Then it'll be her turn. She is going to disengage and run to the door. And that is her entire turn. You may follow. She leaves the darkness, and as she does, it appears that she's starting to try to pound on the stone door, desperate for an escape. What would you like to do?
Nowhere.
In fact, how would you like to kill her?
I am so hard. Okay.
I'm glad.
You know what? I'm gonna use my Tempest magic. I'm just gonna slowly float to her.
Oh.
And my actual eye color, which is basically dark with golden specks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reveal her my eye, and I'm gonna just walk up to her, grab her head. But since I got Storm, I'm gonna cast Storm to where it's just gonna go back and forth through her brain and fry her alive. And I'm gonna lift her up as I do it.
I don't know how familiar you are with Mortal Kombat, but if you've ever seen Sub-Zero grab someone's head and completely freeze it, that's kind of what you do. You grab her by the head. Looking deep into her eyes, you see a single tear go down her cheek as you completely fry her brain like you're a shock experiment in an insane asylum. And eventually, it's so fried, smoke starts coming up from her ears. Her hair lightly starts to singe and ember as she falls to the floor dead. Suddenly, the darkness dissipates, and you just hear Keaton go, "Fuck, Sylros."
They pissed me off.
Clearly, Jesus Christ.
And I yanked the earring and put it in a satchel.
Da 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 da! You have received the earring of the unicorn.
Okay, I'm not gonna put it on. And I want to go investigate this door that she was that she was looking at. They wouldn't open.
Absolutely. As you look at it, you maybe recognize the symbols a bit, as Keaton has pointed out symbols for you to look out for him, as he's the only member of your group that speaks Infernal. And as you look, you see around the edge are ruins in Infernal, And Keaton reads out that it is a sealing rune meant to keep whatever is outside from getting in. Oh, in that case, Keaton speaks up. I think, since we're here, we did get the earring back. It's not like Crotomos is going to reward us. We might as well take the, free treasure room. He kind of like gestures towards the door.
And I'm just going to touch it and just try to push it open.
As you touch it, you feel from the earring in your sack, it like shiver and shake as it's like vibrating back and forth.
Oh, guys, I don't say nothing, and I just brush it off and just continue trying to open the door.
Okay. Keaton is studying the runes. After a moment, he reads off. Only... Kind of squints his eyes. Only the hearing of a fey creature so pure and honorable may see the true entrance?
Oh. So who is honorable, pure, and true?
They kind of look at each other. They all shrug. Not me, they all say.
I look at Trace, I'm like, you're the cleric.
Well, I suppose I could, but I'm a war cleric. I'm not really pure. I'm more justice. What if it's referring to the earring? They did steal it for a reason.
Oh, so I said, you know what? It was shaking. I didn't think none of it. I thought it was just because of the infernal. So I'm gonna take it out, the earring, and I'm gonna hold it against the door.
As you hold it against the door, it like shakes violently, and then suddenly it breaks free from your hand, and it floats there for a second, and it clips itself to your left ear, and it hurts for a second. And it is an earring; it pierces your earlobe, and suddenly you feel your eyes come glaze over ever so slightly. It's like glitter goes over your vision, and suddenly the door is no longer there. It's just not a door there.
You guys see this?
Yeah. Whoa, you use fairy glitter in order to make the door go away.
I didn't do that. I think it was the earring.
Oh. Well, when we go in, let's be careful. Keaton kind of... Sorry, he takes the lead, but you see he like gestures back and towards you, kind of low, like stay down. Maybe not full stealth, but be careful. Take your time, go slow, because even though this is possibly a treasure room, because of course, why else would the drow be going into it, right? We don't know what's in there. It could be trapped, booby-trapped. We don't know whose treasure hoard it is. Let's just be careful.
Since you said that, I'm just gonna float.
Son of a bitch.
I heard that.
I know you did. So after a bit, you don't set off my tripwire, and you keep floating on, and you go down this set of stairs. In fact, actually, before you get to the set of stairs, you go down this dark cave. It gets damper and damper. It's kind of wet. Every now and then you feel rain, like maybe rain or a water drop, plop onto your head or your forehead. You wipe it off and kind of keep going. It's a little musky and humid, but is bearable. And you suddenly come, after maybe a minute or so of walking, about 200-300 feet, you come to a complete obsidian door. It is all black. It is not locked. In fact, Keaton opens it right up, but you see it. This obsidian door leads to an obsidian staircase, and it goes down in a spiraling staircase manner. And as the door opens, you see these torches with bright red flames, not orange, red flames, light up, creating this ominous red aura to the staircase.
Guys, I I don't like the feeling of this.
Probably just a scare tactic. I would do the same thing if I had a giant hoard of money.
But you don't have a giant hoard of money.
And not yet. And Keaton starts kind of, not running, but almost like an excited child in a candy store, starts booking it down the stairs. Aztec follows behind him. Trey stays behind with you, giving you a worried look. I don't quite... I agree with you, Sylros. I think he might be a little too cocky in thinking he can go on. I don't like this.
He can't let them go down by themselves.
Yeah.
They're like children.
You're right, and we wouldn't be their friends nor the knights of the unicorn if we let them go alone.
Exactly. We've been together for years, so let's be careful.
Exactly, brother. And you guys do kind of that bro like handshake real quick, and you guys follow down. And it's a long staircase. I don't know how to possibly really tell you how long, other than the fact that it felt like you just went down an entire skyscraper worth of staircases. And you don't even get to see the next obsidian door. It's already flown open. As you see, Keaton is already like several feet inside, followed behind quickly, but with Aztec behind him. As you guys see a giant hoard of treasure. It's beautiful gold everywhere. You see rows of various types of armor. You see obsidian armor, blazing red armor that burns with fire. You see all these different weapons and various gems. And in the center of this hoard, you see a single doorway. A stone archway that kind of resembles a door with infernal markings about it. In the center is a dark, swirling mist. You guys catch up to Keaton, who has now stopped in his tracks and is observing the entire hoard. A giant Cheshire cat gleeful smile across his greedy face.
Keaton, be careful, okay? We don't... There's nothing guarding this. It's just here. So be careful.
Oh, I'm sure it's hidden. Or I'm sure we just can't... Like, you're supposed to only grab certain stuff or so much. That's all right. Let's just grab a little reward, shall we? And as he reaches over, you see he goes to grab this wonderful, beautiful longsword that's sticking out of this pile of gold. It is completely black with white ruins on it. It looks badass. And as he grabs it, the obsidian door to the staircase slams shut. And so you hear several, not even one, like, you know, that classic joke of that paranoid, like, spy who has way too many locks on his door, and so you spend 10 minutes here and, like, click, 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 click. It's like that, except you're locked inside now. As you turn back around, you see you hear so you guys turn, Aztec, Trace, and you all kind of gasp. You're like, fuck the door. Trace immediately starts trying to open it, pound it. Suddenly you hear a shlink. As you turn around, you see an entire spike has come from the ground. Two of them, one from the roof, one from the ground. It has completely impaled Keaton. He lays there dead on the spike as the longsword falls to the ground.
Keaton, and I run over.
As you feel his pulse, it is fading. You see him raise his hand. Sylros, I'm sorry. It was just supposed to be a little bit.
God, I told you.
Trace runs up. He keeps trying to cast magic, but every time he does try to cast magic on him, you see the magic just fades. And you see Trace start to sweat. His hands shake. Why can't I cast my magic? The only time I'm not supposed to be able to cast my magic is if my god can't reach me. But my god's not supposed to not be able to reach me.
I look at Aztec. Can you do anything?
He tries to wave his hands, and you see a vine and a root, like, weakly start pushing you through the ground, and it suddenly, as the vine grows longer, suddenly, swiftly, quicker than he can grow it, a black tendril of death and necrotic energy goes up the vine and quickly disintegrates the entirety of it.
And okay, I'm going to use the gem that's in my staff, and I'm gonna try to cast firebolt through it to see what that helps.
Absolutely. Hold on. Let me real quick. Let's see what happens. All right. Roll me a D100, please.
A D100?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
There's a few ways you could save him if you're lucky.
12.
12. Let's see. Sylros, as you hit the fire quickly swifts about your body, and you're encased in flames for merely a fraction of a second as you grow an inch. You become
taller?
Yep, you grow slightly taller.
Okay, I'm going to punch. I'm gonna try to break the stalactite just to get him.
All right, easy. Between all of you, you start breaking it, and it's metal, but eventually the metal kind of creaks and break, and you're able to bend it, so you're able to slide Keaton off of it. He's dead. Trace feels his pulse and starts crying as he holds him.
Keaton, wake up! Quit playing.
He doesn't respond. His eyes are open, looking at you, dead. No life comes
Keaton,
from him.
I don't like this joke. You know, you always fool this joke. Wake up.
He's not joking. Aztec is just quiet. Nothing. Trace is crying.
Okay, I'm going to look around. What do I see?
You see a wealth beyond your imagination. Items more powerful than you could ever see. And now that you're really taking a look, you see everywhere traps all over the place. Every single piece of armor has a string attached to it. Every single sword has something that looks like it's going to set it off. Every single thing in here looks dangerous except that portal. And in fact, you hear a voice in your head.
Forget him. Finally, I've been waiting, Sylros. I've been waiting a long time. Come to the portal. Come to the portal, Sylros.
Who are you?
My name is Zatu. And I'm gonna be your new friend.
And you saved Keaton.
For a price.
I don't tell them at all, and I'm going to close Keaton's eyes, give him a kiss, and I'm going to walk up and go straight to the portal.
You just hear Trace stand up and go, Sylros, no! And suddenly, everything about you goes white, then black, then red. And hold on, I'm going to do something real quick. I just need to, real quick. All right, character details, paste. You see this. Standing in front of you in the middle of a chasm, you see this being. Something that you could never even fully process. Something with 8, 16, 12. You don't know how many, but it has tons of arms. Eyes that are bloodshot and stare into your soul. Teeth that seems to not even grow into a mouth, but just around the body. Faces cover this being's what you can only assume would be the face. 3 faces. One of them looks like it's constantly screaming in pain. Another writhes in tears. And the last one gives a wicked, sick grin. As you see one large, massive hand lower itself in front of you. And it looks disgusting and bloody. And in your head you hear, "Come closer."
First, I let out a loud scream. I'm not going to scream, but I let out a loud scream.
You let out like a silent scream, basically. You're so... In fact, I'm going to say you have fear. You physically... no roll, you were scared of this thing. This is a god, like an actual, this thing is so powerful it could kill you if you wanted to, and your innate monkey brain can tell this without a roll. It's pure innate terror.
I don't move.
When you don't move, it scoops you up like a spatula, holding you in front of his large single eye, staring at you up and down. It makes work of what you are.
What are you willing to give up for this captain of yours? Your memories? Your placing in the guild of unicorns, maybe? Maybe your own life? Or maybe you sign away your soul in servitude to me, and I have my way and fun with you, and I'll save your precious little Keaton.
I'm just gonna look at him and I'm gonna look. I'm just gonna cast light with that I don't want to attack him.
You cast light, and you light up the air. It was kind of dark, but now that you light up the air, you can see all about you. His skin is this deathly green. It looks like a corpse almost, like dead skin stretched across muscle and fibrous tissue. It's horrific and disturbing. In fact, you're maybe even like borderline about to throw up. In fact, if I had to keep going just into like more descriptive details, I might even just have to have you make a con check when you throw up on this ancient being.
Well, Sylros Vicfyr. What was that?
Are you a devil?
I'm much worse than a devil, young one. A devil? Well, devils like to make contracts that are temporary. I like to have new best friends.
If I do this,
Yes.
you will save Keaton.
I won't just save Keaton. I will take you on an adventure that will make you so happy and powerful that you'll serve me without even a second thought.
I have no thirst for power.
Yet.
I would do it.
Good. As he lifts up his hand that you're on, and for half a moment you're terrified, as he claps, squishing you into what you would assume is death, but suddenly it goes all black, and suddenly you wake up back in the encampment. The door is gone. Keaton stands next to you. Trace and Aztecs stand next to you, looking over you, worried. Sylros, what happened to you? You killed that drow and passed out. What's wrong?
I start crying and I jump up and I hug Keaton.
He hugs you back, like out of like worry, but he push after like a second, like holding you, he pushes you back out. I'm like, wait, as much as I enjoy your hugs, Sylros, passionate and nice as they are, what? Why are you so energetic?
And you guys don't remember?
They look around and look to you. Remember what? And as you try to maybe even describe the situation, every time you try to bring up this being, the name, what it looks like, where you went, or what you traded to save Keaton, you can't remember. All you feel...
Do I remember the room?
You remember something. You remember that something killed Keaton, and you just signed your soul away for him. And in your side, you feel empty. You don't feel like Sylros. You feel like something inside you's missing.
You, uh, I can't remember. All I remember is that you died and that's it. But,
Oh, I mean, I went down. That last lightning bolt was wicked. And like Aztec goes, yeah, I was down too. Pfft, don't see you getting all excited that I went back up and fine.
no, that wasn't it.
Trace puts his
I
hand on your
don't-
shoulder and says, Sylros, it's okay. You took a wicked head blow. It's all right for you to be a little confused. Let's start returning back and let's let your mind rest for a bit, shall we?
Of course. And I'm just gonna look back. Look back. Do I see the room? Do I see the door?
The earring is still on your ear. The door is gone. You just hear a slight distance from the not distant. You just hear from as if it's coming from the wall where the door was. See you soon.
Guys, I need to speak to the first master.
They look at you.
I'm-
The first master. Wait, you do realize he's only supposed to be called upon for emergencies, right?
I have a feeling. And I
What?
can't remember, but something is missing inside me. I don't know what it is, but
Let's get you back to Krotos.
Okay.
I think Master should be able to help you. And you guys quickly make a trip back. You guys run back all 5 levels of the Underdark you've gone down. You guys go through the Snurf Niblin Cave. You see Ganoff gives a happy wave. Hello, mighty Mina! Hello! And not knowing his language, Keaton just kind of waves awkwardly. And as you guys start making it back to the surface, you still don't feel better. It's been about an hour now. You guys are back to surface. You're riding back to headquarters. But even with everything fine, inside you feel something wrong. You feel ill.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm just gonna throw up.
You do. You throw up on the side. It's something deep inside your brain can't handle the image it's trying to suppress, and you just throw up. Oh my god. Jesus. Let me see. Keaton puts his hand on your shoulder, not on your back, and like lightly rubs it. It's all right, buddy. It's all right. I know you're still new. That's okay. And it seems like he's maybe assuming that you're just overexhausted and have pushed your body, not that you're currently battling a mental imagery worse than anything he could ever imagine. Then, as you get back, you see that it's morning time now. The sun starts rising, and as the light hits, you see Trace smiles, and you feel Palor's gift start going upon him. Aztec, you see leaves start growing about in his area as the sun hits him, and Keenan enjoys the warmth. And as the sun hits you, you don't feel warmth. You don't feel anything. It just feels like a sensation hitting your body. And as you pull up,
Oh,
construction has begun. They've begun kind of fixing up what was left, and Krotos stands outside, and he seems quite a happy elephant as you start approaching. Hello there.
I'm gonna look at Krotos and just burst out in tears.
He kind of runs and like you almost like fall off your horse. He catches you. Sylros, what's wrong? Master, I don't. Something happened when we were down there, and Sylros hasn't been right on the way back. Can you take a look? Oh, absolutely, I shall bring him to my office. And you come back and you see that his office has been mostly repaired, and like it's now standing with a roof again. And he lays you down in a chair next to you. He closes the door and sits in his office chair and doesn't even acknowledge that you have the earring on. In fact, the earring, he kind of gestures to the earring. Before we get started, may I?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
Thank you, Sylros. I appreciate what you did for me, but what did you see down there that troubles you so?
I have not seen you act like this since you've had your first kill.
I can't remember. All I remember is Keaton died.
Keaton?
No,
but he's out there.
No, his body was lifeless. We couldn't use magic. We tried to revive him. The trace was cut off from his god. But I can't remember nothing else.
And this is all like through tears and like random spurts of like sneezing out, like like snot from like the tears going down.
But that's it. I don't know what's going on.
Sylros, I'm gonna cast a spell on you. I hope it relieves your fuzziness. But whatever happens, I need you to trust what we do next. Okay?
Okay.
As he touches your head, he casts Greater Restoration. And suddenly the entire events flood back, and you can't help but cry and vomit at the same time. As you can't see the image of it. It's blurry. Your head won't let you process the memory of it. But everything up to it, Keenan laying there pierced with a spike piercing through his neck, having to unspear him from it, seeing his lifeless corpse lay there as Trace just cries, Aztec sitting there stunned, you fighting and killing, going through the door, everything comes back, everything except the image of what you saw, and all you hear in your head is Zatu.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Crotomos holds you. This is the first time you've ever been embraced by Krotos. He is a mad cleric. He does not hug people. And what you just saw, you don't even fully know what you just said out loud. You just recited everything you said out that you just saw in your head. And you are brought back to reality by the thick-armed embrace of Krotos. Sylros, come back. You're muttering nonsense, come back. It's okay, Sylros.
I'm scared.
I know. I shouldn't have sent you with that. I'm so sorry. I should have been there. I should have done something. I should have sent Shao. He punches a hole in the wall. I should have sent Shao!
What's going to happen to me?
You don't have a soul anymore. And
what am I gonna do?
I don't know. All I know is with a demon inside you, I can't let you be part of the guild anymore. And you see a single tear hits the floor as he says that. I'm sorry, Sylros. We are ones of good hearts, and we have to send you on an adventure to try to cleanse this devil out of you. It is a rite of passage and the way of demonic exile in the clan.
Could the first master help?
He looks up at you. The first master? Maybe. He's at he's in the capital of Azareth, asking for reinforcements. It's in a completely different continent. But you could. That could be part of your expedition, as you get friends and you go out. And I mean that, Sylros. Now he finally turns to you. You see tears. Krotomos. This is the first time you've seen Krotos cry. I can't send anyone with you. You will officially be no longer part of Keaton, Trace, and Aztec's group, and you will be replaced. You will be asked to find your own adventuring group and go to find the Grand Master to get this cleansed from you. And if you cannot get this cleansed from you, you are not welcome back to the unicorns. And that last thing is like stuttered. You see he like has to force it as if he's spitting. He has to spit those words out. As if a robot reading rules and not a man with a heart.
He sits next to you. He takes off his earring. He puts it into your lap. You were always like a son to me. And I'm so sorry. I should never have done that to you. I ruined everything. And I will never forgive myself. But I can give you this. This is my earring. I got this as a gift from the Great Master. When I first became head and a true paladin and cleric. This will summon all mascot. This summons the unicorn. And I hope this tells you that even though I have to do this, I don't want you to die. And he gives you one last hug before he gets up and returns to his desk.
I put the earring on and I stand up and I look at him and I say, please don't tell Keaton what I've done.
I won't. And please don't tell Deva. If she found out I gave you that earring, oh my god, you have no idea. I would never hear the end of it.
I let her light chuckle. And I'm like, I'm going to tell her.
How dare you?
It's my good present for you. And I'm supposed to
You guys...
hold my head down and just walk out.
Yeah. You guys hold a somber laugh, and then you leave. With your gear in tow, you pass by Deva, who immediately sees that you have the earring and goes, excuse me, what are you doing with Krotos' earring? I thought you were supposed to return that to him.
I move my hair, my long hair, and show it to him like, it's a gift from him. And I walk off.
No, you bitch. And you hear her centaur hooves cloth up over to Krotos. And
I just turn around and start laughing.
You laugh. It feels good. It doesn't hit the same, but it feels good to laugh. It feels like whatever Krotos cast upon you has not restored your soul, but it seems to have made you less ill.
I go see
The group?
Shao, Neil, and
Shao, yeah.
Go see all them.
As you come up, Shao hugs you. He's like, I heard what happened. I'm sorry, I should have came with. I was trying to get reinforcements ready, but then you came back so quickly, I had no time.
Like, quickly, I just shake my head, just like, child, buddy, I'm gonna miss you.
He gets a grave look on his face. What do you mean, miss me? I'm not going anywhere. I'm by your side.
You always been by my side ever since I was a child.
I'll always be by your side, Master Vicfyr.
But I can no longer stay in the guild any longer.
What? That's malarkey! What did Krotos say to you? I'll crush his skull if I have to. No way he's kicking you out of the guild.
No, stop. Wait. I rather you not know the real reason, but it's for you guys' safety, for your good. I am going to seek the first master.
A gasp kind of comes from the area. Finally, like they were like watching like Keaton, Trace, and Aztec. Kind of like they were like, of course, because Shao is your bodyguard, they let him go first. But as you said, not just them, but various members of the Paladins who are in this like general gathering area look around to you. And Keaton steps forward. The master, but Sylros, you're barely just like graduated. You're barely a knight. How could you be expected to do that on your own? Like, I'm coming with you. I can't leave you on this alone.
No, you cannot go. Please stop. Wait, everybody. No, you cannot go.
Suddenly you hear behind you an elephant stomp into the room. Yes, Sylros is going to be making this voyage on his own. The rest of you will be going back to your duty and continuing your roles as a knight of
the unicorn. You turn around, you see Krotos, arms behind his back, in a much more calmed state. Behind him, a very pissed off and red Deva. Shao.
I don't want to.
Shao, you've done a wonderful job keeping Sylros safe. You have beaten off and killed many bandits who try to steal him. You've kept him safe and taught him well, but I have to announce that Sylros is making his voyage, or else he will not be allowed to return back to the unicorns. And with this, he is no longer part of your group, Keaton, Tracer, and Aztec. You will be taking Deva as your replacement. They all look and immediately try to start protesting. Like, wait, Master, you can't. And Deva looks kind of hurt, but Krotos lifts his hand. Nope, not a word. It's already hard enough. And Shao, you will not be following Sylros. If I find out you followed him, you will be dismissed from your party. Shao turns to Krotos. You see the anger of 1,000 storms coming forth from his eyes. If only they knew that Krotos was doing this for you.
I touched Shao's shoulder. It's going to be okay.
They all hug you. They just
I'm
Shao,
sorry.
Keaton. It's like a group hug. Krotos stands back, with Deva, but they all give you a hug real quick, and they help you pack up and set off on your way. And
I say, besides, you guys, the first pastor was with my father, so pretty sure he remembers me. You think?
I
He
mean,
remembers?
they all kind of look around and shrug.
And I grabbed Keaton. Oh,
You
I
grab
want
him.
to kiss him in front of everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, you kiss Keaton. His eyes go wide, and he blushes a bit. Tracer and Aztec look shocked, and you kiss him, and then like a badass you are, Sylros, you kiss him, and then just turn around and say, I shall see you soon. Or like whatever, like what do you want your like to-go line to be? Like you're badass, like I kiss Keaton, I'm gonna dramatically leave.
I'm going to kiss him, and I'm gonna be like, you guys already knew. And I'm just going to turn around and just fly off.
I love it. I love it.
Dramatically.
And within the hour, you get all your gear. They set you off with a few weeks of resources. Then you make your way off towards a forest. Maybe as a first hint, Krotos told you, maybe try the Elven Kingdom nearby. The Barrel family are very hospitable, I hear. So hopefully if you do good, and considering you're an elf, maybe they might help you.
Very well. Remember, I promise, do not tell Keaton.
Of course. And
And I'm going to give him a letter that I wrote for Pete betrays Aztec and Shao.
all right. And as you ride off, you feel stronger and weaker at the same time. You feel...
Yep, I let a couple tears out.
Yep. You let a few tears out. You hold up your chin, and you level up to level 3.
This sucks. Oh,
And that's where we're ending it.
oh my goodness.
If you enjoyed that episode, then look for more at youtube.com/wolfer28, Spotify at Building a Guild of Adventures, or if you really want to watch us record our stories in person, or maybe our DMs write for our sessions or build maps, join us at Twitch at the Guild of Adventures. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.